This is Triggered.
And you will be.
Hello.
Hi.
Good day, good day, good day.
Well, hello to you too.
I hope that the bonus was fun. I hope everyone listened to it who has access to it. If you don't have access to it, if you join as a member, not only do you get a chitty chatty with Ash and I,
Yep.
you also get a monthly bonus episode. And we just released our first one.
Yeah.
So that if you did want to explore becoming a member, visit our social media pages. We have how to do it pinned there. And we would love to have you because we're having a grand old time.
We really are.
The grandest of time.
I hope everyone had a wonderful Mother's Day.
Yeah. I want to talk about Mother's Day a little bit. And I don't want to be a negative Nelly because mothers deserve to be honored and respected. And I love me a good mom.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, it was different when we were kids.
I know.
And Mother's Day was this huge thing. We were like, making crafts in school. Like, I remember being in high school and doing a craft for my mom on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore. And it almost feels like we've been set up to be disappointed. And I hate that.
I mean, it wasn't me calling you at 3:00 in the afternoon crying.
See, and and this is what I'm saying. You weren't the only woman because it's like we get ourselves all worked up expecting this fantastic phenomenal day.
I feel like though my expectation is the bare minimum. And it's not even like my kids are great. Like I have the best kids. They're so sweet, said the sweetest things, and it had nothing to do with that. But
it's just, if anything goes awry on Mother's Day, I feel like all our emotions are heightened.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if anything isn't perfect, it's like, well, the day is ruined because it's Mother's Day and it should be perfect. And I hate that.
I think the pressure too, it's hard when you have you're part of like a joined family, right? So
yeah. And I get that too.
Some people had their kids on Mother's Day, maybe you didn't have your kids on Mother's Day. And I think it's hard for people who kind of feel that loss. So,
exactly.
or if you lost a child and it's Mother's Day, the weight of that day can be so heavy. And it just, I didn't get to go and see my mom. And that, it bums you out because you're like, man.
Exactly. And that's just it. So
we're in hockey tryouts. So
Ash's whole life is in a rink. So
yeah. So that's that. And it was great. It was good.
Oh yeah. And this is it. I had a great day. Matt took me for breakfast. We did groceries together, which rarely happens. It was nice. It was beautiful. It's just there were a few women that I spoke to yesterday where there's just disappointment. And it's not, and again, it's not that their husbands or their kids didn't try. It's just, I don't know. I feel like the expectations are so high.
Yeah. Like you just want to be with the people you love,
Yeah. And that doesn't always work out.
No, it sucks. But my husband saved the day, as he always
really
does. He literally left work, showed up, was like,
Mhm.
"All right, wipe your tears. I'm taking you out for tequila."
And
And it
did he?
and boy did he. Guys, if you're seeing the video, I apologize. I'm a little parched this morning.
You look pretty good considering how many shots you took yesterday.
Whew. Margaritas and tequila. He's like, "You know what? Baby doesn't need flowers. Baby needs shots of tequila and giggles." And that's what I needed.
And that's what you got. And this is,
Yep.
you know what? That's beautiful. And I love it so much. I love
Yep.
it so
Yep.
much. All this to say, moms, I hope you had a beautiful day. I
Mhm.
really do. I hope you have a beautiful every day. It's Monday right now, and I hope you have a beautiful Monday. You
You
know?
know, the thing that someone had sent me a joke, and it was like the birth givers and the people who mother us and the fur moms and, everything. They get one day and then sharks step in and they're like, "I want a week." There's a shark week, but not a mom week. Like,
But
hello?
not a mom. Wait. Uh, my daughter, who is 14 going on 15, she has started calling me birth giver, and she wants me to call her crotch goblin.
Oh, okie dokie.
To which I'm like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "If the shoe fits." So
Wow.
I'm like, "Okay."
If I ever called my kids crotch goblin, they'd be
She
like,
chose it.
"Ew."
Yeah, she chose it. She was like, "It's cute." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess it
My
is cute."
kids don't even wanna know I have a crotch. Like,
They're like, "I came from pixie dust, and that's all I need to know."
yeah.
Okay, I wanna jump right into today because we are starting today with a bit of a touchy subject, a bit of a touchy conversation. And you know that I asked you about this ahead of time. Ashley and I come on here and we are authentically ourselves. At the same time, we have past, we have traumas, we have all these things. And while we want to be authentic and honest and true to you guys, I still respect Ashley intensely and
Oh,
she me. And I always want to make sure that I'm not like coming on here and throwing a
surprise.
curveball that she's like, "What the hell?" So I did ask you about this ahead of time to make sure that it was something that we could
Yeah,
discuss because a lot of people are going to have a lot of strong opinions about this. And I'm sure we'll chat about this in our group chat with our members as
yeah.
well. Because I wanted to ask you today, what is the definition of cheating? And before we dive into this, more so, what is your definition of cheating? Because I feel like dependent on experiences and, like we said, traumas, it's different for every single person. So
Yeah.
for me, cheating is anything sacred between a couple that is outsourced to someone else.
Mhm.
For example, like I'm on board with the cheating could be emotional or physical. It's not one or the other. And this might surprise people, but if I had to choose between my partner having random sex with a stripper at a nightclub in Vegas or a prolonged emotional relationship with a coworker, I would prefer the one night stand.
Yeah.
And I know that will enrage some people, but I'm an emotional girly. And my time with my partner, where we talk about our day and our dreams and our fears, that carries more weight for me than where he's sticking his dingaling for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So, what about you? Where do you stand?
Oh, 100% the emotional part. I have had experiences with that. And honestly, the weight of knowing that that person was sharing funny moments and jokes and intimate conversations,
Yeah.
and you're just there thinking everything is good, it's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like, the
Yeah.
physical part is horrible,
Yeah.
but the emotional part is enough to literally go full send. Like,
hmm
you feel so betrayed, you feel so
Yes.
heartbroken, and
Yeah.
it doesn't just like, for me, if it was, yeah, one night stand, okay, it happened, they're not in contact anymore, it's not
Yeah.
gonna continue, But when it's someone from their past or a coworker or
Mhm.
someone from their circle, it's it's almost like the worst betrayal.
Yeah,
It's
it holds more weight to me.
yeah.
Okay, so now I wanna go a little bit deeper, and this is rough, and I spent a lot of time thinking about this when I wrote this case, is is there a line where you would leave your partner if they crossed it? And what I mean by that is, what would make you leave? Like, what would make it impossible for you to stay? So, like I just said, for me, physical is meh. Would it break my heart? Absolutely. Would I need therapy for a very long time? 100%.
Yeah.
But if my partner bumped uglies with somebody randomly, um, I know it's something I could work through, but
Mhm.
an emotional affair, I don't know if I could do it.
Well, since we're honest, I have. I I've been in that position and
Yeah, yeah,
chose to just work through it,
yeah,
and that probably is the hardest thing to do because your
yeah,
brain is telling you, like, "Don't be fucking stupid,"
yeah.
"Don't be fucking stupid," and then your
Mhm.
heart is like,
I know, I
it's
know.
it's very conflicting, and I think it's
Yeah,
different for every situation because some couples, it happens and they work through it and they come out stronger and better.
yeah.
Some try and work through it and then it just crumbles anyways. So I think it's all an individual experience on how you can work through it as a unified kind of unit.
Team. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
I know. So this is the thing, and I don't think and I think it is different for every single person. Like you
Mhm.
said, there are people who, will look at something that they've been through and think, absolutely not. There's not a chance in the world. But until you're in that situation, you don't actually know how you're going
No.
to react. You don't know what you're going to do. And so I wanted to get that very touchy convo out of the way first and foremost today because it plays a very big role in today's case.
Okay.
Because Arielle Konig was having an emotional affair near the end of 2024. She was exchanging messages with married coworker Jeffrey Miller, a senior director at the nuclear power company that they worked at. It's called TerraPower. The relationship had never turned physical, but they were more than just friends. And I feel like it probably would have turned physical, maybe, but
Mhm.
Ariel worked remotely in Maui, Hawaii, and Jeff was located at TerraPower's headquarters in Bellevue, Washington.
Okay.
So there was distance between them. So, and I'm not saying again that one is worse or better than the other. I think if they had
The
the
opportunity.
opportunity,
Yeah.
it would have turned physical and it just didn't. Ariel had married her husband. Ge- okay. Gerhardt, Gerhardt in 2018.
Like, that's his first name?
His first name is Gerhardt. And I'm like,
Wow.
can I call you Gary or Jerry? Like, I don't know, Gerhardt. Anyway, we're going to go with Gerhardt. That's where it was written
Sounds
everywhere.
like a Care Bear. Anyways.
He's not. Just a heads up. He was an anesthesiologist and 10 years older than her. They had moved to Hawaii in 2022. Gerhardt had two children from a previous relationship that were a bit older, and he and Ariel had a 2 and 4-year-old when all this shit goes down in 2025, but we aren't there yet. In late 2024, Gerhardt had that sneaky suspicion and logged into Ariel's WhatsApp account. And I think we've all been here. And I know, this is how he finds out she's cheating, but here's my PSA for the day. And I'm also going to get hate for this. We probably shouldn't be going through our partner's phones. And I know, not because it's their personal space, although I guess it is, but because You are worth more than that. You're worth more than sneaking around and looking through their phone. Uh, to me, I'm like, we ain't got no time for that. And don't get me wrong, I have encouraged many a friend to go through their man's phone. Like,
You
there
got
have been
We've had this
so many
conversation. She's
scenarios.
like, "Girl, you gotta get that phone." Like, yeah.
Yeah, like, so many situations where it's like, you gotta do it. But, like, usually if I'm telling a girlfriend to go through his phone for proof, you fucked up, son.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we probably already know, and
Yeah.
we just need the backup to prove the situation. But
Uh-huh.
I really do think we should normalize being in relationships where we just confront the other person with our suspicions.
Yes.
And I know they're gonna lie, and maybe it's pie in the sky thinking that they're gonna tell us the truth, but it's just like, just normalize being like, "Hey, you're acting kind of sus, and I'm just wondering if there's anything going on." And again, they
Yeah.
might lie to you, but also let's normalize leaving.
Yeah.
Let's If you encounter a situation in your relationship where you are so broken and you don't think you can come back from that, it's okay. Take it,
Yeah.
separate,
Uh-huh.
separate, take a beat,
100%.
take a minute. Um, let's do anything except for what the fuck this is about to become, because Gerhardt is obviously heart punched when he sees hundreds of messages between the two
Mm.
of them. Arielle and Jeff had even developed a code word. When Arielle wanted to alert Miller that her husband was nearby, she would use the term halio, which is an acronym for a type of nuclear fuel used in advanced reactors,
Ew.
which I hate. I
Yeah.
hate, and like only nuclear engineers would understand that. And I hate that they had that because they knew if you have a code word for like, hey, my husband's nearby, you know what you're doing is bullshit.
Yeah. And also, like, girl, you're not happy, just go.
I
You
know.
know?
I know. If you're not good, go. And even for Gerhardt, like, and you'll see why I'm saying this, but like, if that was too much for you, you can go, you can
Yeah.
leave, you can start over. It's okay. But Gerhardt didn't get angry and ask for a divorce. After the confrontation, Arielle said Gerhardt wanted more physical closeness, which is common. He wanted a lot of cuddling, and any refusal on her part would be seen as her withdrawing,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty standard.
Yeah, it is.
They went to couples therapy. They listened to an audiobook together called How to Help Your Spouse Heal from Your Affair. Arielle was apologetic and she said she was committed to saving the marriage, which I look at this and I'm like, perfect.
Okay.
Both sides want to work through it. They're taking all the steps. They're listening to audiobooks. They're going to couples counseling. Like, good for you.
Yeah, they're sitting with those uncomfortable moments.
Yeah. Yeah. And it sounds like they were. It sounds like they both were meeting each other face on, being like, Ariel being like, here's why I think I did it. And
Yep.
Gerhardt being like, this really hurt me.
Mhm.
And for a while, things were rocky, but they both seemed to think that they could get their future back on track. It's March 24th, 2025, and it's Ariel's birthday. They had spent the day before, my birthday, at the spa, and Gerhardt had taken her shopping. And by all accounts, they were having a wonderful time. The morning of her birthday, she woke up to a necklace from Gerhardt and a card that read as follows: Happy birthday, angel face. There isn't an obstacle in this world too hard for me to fight through for you. You're the heart of our family, and that heart is strong. You're a terrific mom. The kids and I hit the jackpot with you. Love always, G.
Aw,
Isn't that beautiful?
that's
Like, I was like,
beautiful.
where's my fucking card?
Right? Fuck.
I read it and I was like, what a touching thing to receive. So then Gerhardt's like, I have a surprise for you. We're going on a hike.
Mm-mm.
And it kind of sounds like Ariel and I are similar in this. She liked the odd hike and was even down for a bit of a challenge, but wasn't scaling rock faces or anything. Like, she wasn't this like avid
No.
hiker.
No.
Ash, what do you where do you stand on hikes?
No, I don't stand on hikes. I don't walk on hikes. I don't stand on hikes. I don't want that.
I know.
I fucking swear to God, if if my husband was like, "Happy birthday, baby. We're going hiking," I would be like, "Clearly you have me mistaken for somebody else because that will not be what we're doing for my
You're like,
birthday."
we will not be going hiking, but thanks.
What?
But Ash, what Ariel could not have known as she got dressed and packed her gear for this adventure was that Gerhardt had done extensive research for this hike. And I'm not talking about Googling best hike Hawaii. No, 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 no. Gerhardt's Google searches were difficult hikes Hawaii, dangerous hikes Hawaii, and steep hikes Hawaii.
Like, sir,
And
dangerous
this is
hikes?
probably why you're not going hiking. Because, like, why are we putting ourselves in that position? So, one webpage he visited described the scenic Pali Puka trail as such. Much of the path is on the edge of a huge drop off, the website said. Be safe going down and take it slow, as it can be slippery and the drop looks very unforgiving. Your face, I can't. This is
Like,
Ashley's. This is
this
already
is my
Ashley's horror
nightmare.
story. Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh my fuck, you fucking
Yeah.
twisted motherfucker."
Hmm. So the Pali Puka Trail is a popular hike, about a 13-minute drive from Honolulu. It's wooded and rocky, short, yet steep. It's only about 1 mile out and back, but the path traverses along a narrow ridge and requires hikers to scramble up rocky slopes before ending in a beautiful view of the coastline.
You know what?
Gorgeous trail.
No.
I knew
Fuck no.
I knew you were going to have such a problem with this.
'Cause it makes no sense.
People love
You wanna
hiking.
view and that's fine, but I'm not scaling a wall that I might plummet to my fucking death. Hello?
I have to say I'm on board with you here. Like, I'm all up for an adventure,
Yeah.
but I feel like I would get to this place and be like, no, nope, I don't think so. I don't think this is for me.
For a view, there's a million places you can go where there's
Also, like,
stairs, gondolas, like
check out, check out Google Earth. Like,
yeah,
you'll see it.
yeah.
So, Ariel and Gerhardt drove to the trail and began the trek at about 10 a.m. They were taking photos along the way and sending them to family on Snapchat. After about a quarter mile, Ariel said she became uncomfortable with the steepness of the hike, and she actually refused to go on.
No shit.
So she's telling Gerhardt, she's like, I'm scared, I'm uncomfortable, and I don't feel confident, and I want to stop. And Gerhardt went ahead for a little bit and she just stayed there. Like she was, and I love this about Ariel. I'm like, girl, I feel you. This is a Chantal move. I'm done. I told you I'm
Mhm.
stopping. That means I'm not taking another step away from the car.
100%.
And so Gerhardt goes on for a bit, and when he comes back, according to Ariel, he seemed surprised that she was still there. Like he gave her a look like, oh. And she was like, well, I was waiting for you. I'm not going back down by myself.
What?
And then he says, let's take one more selfie. And she's like, all right, fine. She
At
feels
this point,
uneasy.
at this point, I'm just mad at you now. You just went
Well,
without me and, like, I'm just down here, like, I'm scared, I wanna go home.
and she had told him she was done. She was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go back.
Yeah.
And he just was like, doo doo doo. So she's super uneasy. And he's like, let's take a selfie. Let's take a selfie. And she's like, Gerhardt, I don't want to take any more selfies. I'm scared. I'm uncomfortable. This is really steep. And I
Mhm.
want to go back to the car. Ariel said she tried to move past him, but he grabbed her and pushed her toward the cliff. And Ariel, I love this woman. She threw herself to the ground. She wrapped her arms around roots. She
Yep.
grabbed shrubs. She was trying anything to keep herself from going over the edge. And I can't imagine
Oh,
this moment because girl didn't see this coming, guys. Let's
this
think
is
back like
her
literally
husband.
3 hours before he had given her that beautiful card, had spent the day before this. They went to the spa, they were shopping, this came out of absolutely nowhere for her.
I
And I can't
the
imagine the
fucking
shock.
terror.
Yeah, I can't imagine the shock she was going through, but girl fought. Like, it sounds like she grabbed onto anything she possibly could. And then things got so much worse because he straddled her when he realized she wasn't just going to go over the edge and pulled a syringe out of his pocket,
Shut your fucking mouth.
filled with something that she didn't know what it was.
Oh, no, no, no.
And he's telling her, hold still, hold still. And she is fighting for her life at this point. She doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Remember, Gerhardt is an anesthesiologist. So,
Oh,
dude
God.
has the things to do anything he wants. She manages to hit his hand and the needle goes flying.
Oh,
And she's like, oh, thank God. Then this motherfucker reaches into his pocket and produces a vial and another syringe.
stop it.
So he's straddling her and trying to pull another dose of whatever the fuck this is out of the syringe.
Like, I hate this fucking guy.
I know. She starts screaming because now she's like,
Good.
I can't
Good
get out
girl.
from underneath him. He's got a drug that, by all accounts, is either going to kill me or make it so that he can throw me over the edge.
Yeah.
And so she's screaming and screaming. He covers her mouth and says, nobody's going to hear you out here. Nobody's coming to save you.
You know, you think you know
Mm-hmm.
someone. That's your partner.
Right? She is the mother of your babies. Keep in mind, 2-year-old and 4-year-old at home. She said she pleaded with him. She invoked their children, his family, what this would mean for all of them. She said he seemed to briefly pause and take a breath. And she thought, oh my God, maybe I got through.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just having a mental break and it's going to be fine. He's going to get off me and we're going to deal with this in therapy. But Ash, then he picked up a rock and he started bashing her head with it. Arielle survives this. She later testified that her husband proceeded to beat her with a rock as many as 10 times. And throughout this entire thing, she said it was after the syringes she knew he was trying to render her unconscious so he could throw her off the cliff.
Yeah.
Tragic accident. She slipped.
Okay, so he didn't throw her over the cliff.
No, she survives.
But
This is a
like,
story of nobody has died.
okay, but so he bashed her head in. Did like I'm surprised. Like, so if his end goal was to throw her over the cliff and make it look like an accident, what did he just leave her there?
You're about to hear the best part of this whole story. He hit her so hard in the head that they later found pieces of the rock in her scalp.
Okay.
Starting the trail is Amanda and Sarah, who is a Canadian, by the way. Oh, Canada.
Hey, girl.
They're two friends, and they decided they were going to do Pali Puka on March 24th as well.
Okay.
Amanda, it sounds like Amanda lives in Honolulu, and she knew the trail quite well. She had done it a handful of times, and the gals were a few minutes into their hike when they could hear a woman screaming for help. They could hear that they were quite close, and as they quickly, and like, I mean, as quickly as you can on the edge of a steep ravine,
Yeah.
approach the screams, they saw Arielle on her back and Gerhardt on top of her, hitting her with a rock. Arielle said, help me, he's trying to kill me. Amanda and Sarah took about 5 steps back for their own safety around the corner. Because remember, Because in my head, when I first read that, I was like, I would be charging.
Mm,
But no, no, I wouldn't,
no.
because there's barely any room here, okay,
Okay.
between certain death and a rock face.
Okay.
So good job, girls. They looked out for their own safety first. They took a few steps back. And this, like, absolutely broke my heart because Arielle was like, please don't leave me. And Amanda yelled out, we aren't leaving you. We're just calling 911. We're right here.
Oh my God.
Sarah's on the phone with the dispatcher, and Amanda peeks around the corner and can no longer see Gerhardt. And Arielle is army crawling on her stomach over to
This
the girls.
poor woman.
I know. And I just like that image itself. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I I know she was not good because, again, remember, her head has been bashed
Mhm.
in. But the heartache you would feel in that moment after going through that
Yeah.
would just be
And then you're also
nauseating.
like, "He's gonna go home to our kids." Like, all you'd be thinking
Well,
about is
this
your
is it.
children.
And at this point, they don't know where Gerhardt is.
Mhm.
He's gone. He's gone the opposite way. And you can only go so far before you have to turn back around. This isn't a loop. So Amanda and Sarah try to get her up. They try over and over and over again, but she can't stand. So they tell Arielle, you're going to have to scoot down on your butt. We're right here, but we can't carry you and you can't stand.
Oh,
So they finally get to the trailhead, and there's an excessive amount of blood pouring out of Arielle's head to the point where, like, she couldn't see. She
oh
kept
my God.
saying, I can't see, I can't see. There was a police officer waiting there for them, and all of this is caught on body camera footage. And it's horrific. Arielle's not good. She was severely injured, in terrible shape. She was treated for severe lacerations and stayed at the hospital. And I'm just like, what a mama. She was in the hospital for one night, y'all. One
Had to
night.
get home to her babies.
Yeah. Her recovery did take about 2 to 3 months, but
Mhm.
as soon as she was stitched up and fixed up, she was like, I got to get home. During the trial, she showed the jury scars on her head and face. An emergency doctor who treated her testified that she sustained a skull laceration that reached the bone.
Oh,
So her bone is scarred. Like, he went so hard. Now we have to take a minute and go back and talk about what Gerhardt did after. So we know what happened when he left, but now we're going to get into what he was actually up to. And my favorite person in this entire case is a 20-year-old boy named Emil. He is Gerhardt's son from his first relationship.
okay.
He becomes one of the most important witnesses in the trial, and I just think he's incredible. Arielle Konig is at home the morning of March 24th. He's there with his two baby brothers and a babysitter that they had hired. Around 10:40, Emil gets a FaceTime call from his dad. Emil says his dad was wearing sunglasses and a dry fit shirt. On the stand, Emil testified what Gerhardt said on that call. He said his dad said, I won't be making it back to Maui. I need you to take care of the younger kids. And he also said that Ari, Emil's stepmom, had been cheating on him and that he tried to kill her.
He fucking said it.
So he says to Emil on the FaceTime call, I'm sorry, I'm not coming back to Maui. Take care of your younger brothers. Ari was cheating on me and I tried to kill her.
Just like, FYI.
And I'm just, what?
Could you imagine getting that call from your parent? You'd be like,
Emil
"Okay."
is like, what are you talking about? And Gerhardt's like, well, I'm going to kill myself. And Emil begged him not to because I can't imagine being in this situation.
No.
He was like, where's Arielle? And dad said she got away. Emil asked about the splatters on his father's shirt. And this, I'm just like, how could you do this to your kid?
Mm-hmm.
And so Emil's like, Dad, what's on your shirt? And he looks down and goes, oh, it's just her. The fuck?
Gross.
Right?
Come on.
Yeah. So he hangs up, and then about an hour later, Gerhardt FaceTimes his son again. As part of Emil's testimony, and this is a quote, he asked me if I had told anybody, and I said yes. I told him who I had told. And then he said that he was just going to jump. He said that a couple times.
Please do.
Right? I think it would be better for everyone if you just,
Like,
you psycho.
you psycho.
And you know what makes him psycho? Listen, and I think you're on board with me with this, Ash. I understand dude was upset about being cheated on. We've been there.
Yes.
It's heartbreaking. You tried therapy. You tried the audiobook. You tried the sweet nothings and the letters and the whatever. If there's a moment, and again, we have to remember he had syringes filled with God knows what.
And like
This was
how long?
premeditated.
Yeah, like how long was he planning this? Was the whole like,
Exactly.
let's go shopping, let's,
Yeah.
spoil you, and that letter,
You
like,
surely knew before you took her shopping and wrote her the most beautiful card I've ever read that you were planning on killing her.
I feel like you've ruined every card I'm ever gonna get now, because any sweet message, I'll be like, what are you up to?
You're like, where are we going, motherfucker?
Mike will
right.
be like, I was just trying to say something nice. And I'm like,
He's like, I heard you say on the podcast it was a sweet card. You're like, by a fucking murderer.
Yeah, psycho.
So this guy was arrested 8 hours later. Like, he did not kill himself. And he said he decided to turn himself in. No, you didn't. You got caught. Shut up, Gerhardt.
Eye roll.
The biggest eye roll. So the prosecutor asked Emil on cross-examination whether there was any doubt in his mind about what his father had told him. Like, was Dad just being dramatic? Was he?
Yeah.
And Emil responded simply, no.
Good
No
for
doubt.
him, because that would have been hard. It's your dad.
I watched, so this just happened. We know that this just happened. And I watched all of the testimony. Emil, my boy, you're a badass. He's a badass. To be able to get up in front of your dad, who's sitting across from you, and all of these lawyers and judges and jury and everything, and be able to tell your story clearly and basically seal the fate of your father.
Yeah.
Well done. Well
done.
For being 20 years old, I was impressed.
Probably really hard. Like, we have to look at it as like
I know.
how heartbreaking for him to have to do that.
I know. It sounds like he has such a bond and such a strong relationship with Arielle that even hearing that like, I can't believe that Gerhardt said to him, like, well, she cheated and I tried to kill her. And he thought that maybe Emil would be like, well, she's a hoe.
Yeah. Like, stop.
Come on. I know. Well, then Gerhardt took the stand. And I really, really don't like this guy.
I'm actually
Said
surprised
yes.
he took the stand.
I know. Like, what are you going to say? You idiot.
Yeah.
He said yes. They got into an argument on the trail about the affair with her coworker. He said she pushed him toward the cliff edge first. No, she didn't.
Yeah, and you just happen to have syringes in your pocket.
Right? Like, you just, shut up. She thought your relationship was being fixed. She thought things were good.
Yeah.
She wasn't pushing you towards the cliff edge. Come on, get the fuck out of here. So he says she grabbed him, got him on the ground, grabbed him by the testicles, and hit him with a rock.
Uh-huh.
He said he wrestled the rock away from her and hit her with it twice in self-defense.
Oh.
Twice, he said. She has a skull laceration. That's not a boom, boom,
No,
done.
no, that's not you just trying to get
He
away.
tried to kill her. He denied the syringe entirely. So people think that on his way back down off of this,
Through it.
he found them, got rid of them, because there was no like actual proof. He said that the word kill may have come up in the call with Emil, but he didn't mean it as a confession.
Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
Duh.
Covered in her blood.
I know.
Stop.
The defense called a pathologist who described Arielle's wound as a soft tissue injury and testified that it was not life-threatening. Which I'm like, he beat her with a rock.
It's, you know what, though? And here's the
And
thing.
the point, and maybe you're going to say the same thing. He wasn't trying to kill her with the rock. He was trying
No.
to get her to a point where he could throw her off the cliff.
100%.
So, sure, the wound wasn't life-threatening, but he was going to throw her unconscious body off a cliff. Like, come on.
Regardless of what her injury was, he tried to kill her.
Yeah.
And the fact that
Yeah.
pathologist was like, but it wasn't life-threatening. Fuck you.
The injury. I know. That like enraged me. Because I don't know. I'm not a pathologist, but I just think that like if I was ever in a position where they were like, we need you to come in and say that the injury wasn't life-threatening. Like,
No.
what do? I'd be like, I think I'm sick. I don't
You're
think I could
literally
do that.
dumbing down the whole thing. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Prosecutor Joel Garner showed the jury the two photos of Gerhardt's injuries compared to Arielle's.
Right.
And was basically like the idea that these injuries were caused by the same rock, completely unbelievable. He pushed back saying, like, you didn't only hit her twice. You hit her again and again and again and again and again. Garner alleged that Gerhardt had come up with a plan to kill his wife on the Pali Puka trail, specifically to avoid a costly divorce. Now, I think this was premeditated. He had files of something in his pocket.
100%. The whole
He
bullshit
Googled
birthday weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, he Googled dangerous trails in Hawaii. This wasn't a passion thing. This wasn't a, hey, I could push her off and then avoid a costly divorce. He planned this.
This wasn't romantic trails in Hawaii.
Yeah. Right. The verdict came back April 8th, 2026. The jury deliberated for more than 8 hours. They did not convict Gerhardt of second-degree attempted murder.
What do you mean?
They found him guilty of attempted manslaughter based on extreme mental or emotional disturbance.
No.
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 No. No.
This was a premeditated thing. They had been working through it. It's not like he just found out while they were on the top of a fucking mountain.
Listen, again, you and I have both been in situations where we've been cheated on. It feels like shit. Okay.
Yeah.
An extreme mental or emotional disturbance that drives me to murder? No. No.
No.
That's heartbroken.
This
Sure.
wasn't a crime of passion.
No.
Like,
so the jury foreperson told NBC News that members ultimately convicted Gerhardt on the lesser charge because we didn't feel the evidence would uphold the fact that he intended on murdering her. What do you think she was doing?
his own son, literally, was on there saying, like, this is what was said. Hi, son. She was cheating on me, so I killed her.
And I tried to kill her. What more do you need? Anyway, I know. The defense attorney said They look forward to appealing and added, "We're thankful that they did not convict him of attempted murder, which would have been life in prison.
Which is where he deserves to be.
You tried to kill your wife in a brutal way." So he faces up to 20 years in prison. Sentencing is set for August 13th of this year.
You know, I if they don't give him max,
Even 20 years, I know. Here's the thing. I know he didn't kill her. I know she's alive, but not because that's what he wanted. Because Amanda and Sarah came up that trail.
yeah.
Otherwise, Arielle would be dead. I'm
And we
convinced.
have the testimony of him attacking her,
They watched it.
but there
And
was
again,
not
like,
enough evidence. Are you kidding me?
I'm like, what more evidence do you need? She thought she was having a beautiful birthday
These
with her
jurors,
card
like,
and her
what
spa
are
and
you
her thing.
doing?
I don't know. I don't really personally understand it. It upset me quite a bit. I was just
You,
like, this is awful.
and here's the thing. I literally, if I was on that jury, like, I guess we're camping out because I am not going to fold on this.
No, and this is just it. Like, and I can understand if the Google searches weren't there. Okay? If there hadn't been syringes full of what I can only assume would have knocked her unconscious so that it was easier for him to throw her off the hill. If all those things weren't there, sure. Sure, I don't know what happened. Looks like they got into a fight. Was not good. Okay?
Uh, a
But
woman
guys,
who
come
a
on.
woman who is attacking her own husband isn't going to be screaming for help.
And this is just me personally. She was scared. She said repeatedly on the stand she wanted to go back. She was terrified of where they were. Okay,
Yeah.
she didn't decide where they were hiking. He
No.
did. She wanted to, she was scared. You're not going to pick that time, that moment in time where it's very likely that in the middle of a fight, you too are going off the edge of the cliff to beat your husband to death.
And also, she had nothing to lose. So if they got a divorce, he had
He had everything
financial
to
ruin.
lose.
But I don't
Yes.
even think it was a financial thing. I think this guy is such a narcissist
Yeah.
and a control freak that he was like, no. Like, I don't think it was a financial thing because it sounds like she,
No, it wasn't
had
a
her
financial.
own.
They were very well off. This isn't a financial thing. He's an anesthesiologist. She works for a nuclear power company. Like,
No.
they're okay. They're good. So, anyway, Arielle is a badass.
Yeah.
Sweetheart, I am so glad that you are still here with us. I'm so glad
Mm-hmm.
that you get to raise your babies. Um, I read in a couple spots Emil lives with her.
Oh,
So he's like staying there to help her
yeah.
out while
Yeah.
she recovers from because this is the thing, like 2 to 3 months recovery, sure, that's lifelong. You have lacerations on your skull. This is a lifelong struggle that
And
she's going to
just the
deal with.
mental weight of knowing that the
The
person you trusted the
trauma.
most.
Yeah. The father of your babies
Mm-hmm.
did that to you. Awful. So
Yeah.
this girl, um, I don't know. I didn't look into where she is, what she's doing, because it's none of my business. There is a GoFundMe if you feel so inclined and you do want to help her out with her legal fees,
Yeah.
her medical bills, and all this. Like, this would have been a lot financially for her to suddenly take on. And that's the
And I mean,
story of Arielle.
y- we are not discrediting the fact that she had an affair because before people come on
No.
and well, you know, yeah, she did make a mistake, but we're human. Mistakes happen.
The way I look at this in my head is if I told you that I asked my daughter to clean her room and she forgot to dust. And then I told you I was grounding her for a year because of it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
she fucked up.
Yep.
I'm not going to say for a second that she obviously hurt Gerhardt.
Yep.
And we've been there. We know the heartache. We know the
Yes.
pain. It knocks the wind out of you when you first see it. Okay?
Yep.
It hurts. I get it. I understand. But one does not equal the other. Just because you have a cheating spouse, that does not mean you get to kill them. That's not how this works.
No,
You
no.
can leave. You
Yep.
can make their life miserable in, legal ways, but you can't be like, well, she cheated, so I killed her. What? Fuck off.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am like you, Ash. I do not agree. I think there should have been some kind of like manslaughter. Come on. The Google searches for me. That's it. That's
People
it.
have
That
gotten
shows
manslaughter
premeditation.
for accidentally hitting
I
someone with
know.
their
I
car.
know.
This
I
wasn't
know.
that.
So anyway, we find out in August what
Yep.
is happening with Gerhardt. I will certainly fill you all in.
Mhm.
Uh, on a completely different note, the David case.
Oh, this fucking guy.
There, I am preparing an update for you all for Friday
Yep.
because there are some fucking updates, y'all.
I've been
And
also following it.
it's just
Yep.
it's just so much. And I will update you all. I will give you a rundown of everything that's happened this week and last week so that we can stay on top of this
Yeah.
because there was a huge interest in this case, which no shit, it's fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
So stay tuned for that. And thank you all for listening. We love you all, and we will see you all on Friday.
Friday. Bye.
Bye.